Hello everyone. Today we are going to see this program of an array, and that title should be to search element in an array. Okay, so we have to search that a particular element is present in an array or not. So let's we start. The basic logic is that let me take it to one array first, along with that some few variable. And the most important thing is that all of you try to give that the more focus towards what I'm going to write here, because uh, um, I will change, or I will modify this code number of times, and then we will finally reach to our particular solution is there. So please try to have a focus on it. So here let me consider an array of maximum size. Let me take that one variable for size. I will add few more integer variable also. Now I have to give that message to that user to enter size of an array. Okay. So when this message observed on that output screen, definitely the user will type the size, and that size I want to store in the in a variable size. So here I can write comma ampersand size. Okay. Then after that I have to give the message to that user to enter that many number of elements. So I will give that enter percent d elements of an array. Okay, and that percent d is nothing but what? The value of the size. Okay, then I use that for loop, which will start from 0 less than size. Every time it will be incremented by 1, and then here I can write scanf percent d comma ampersand arr of I. Then if I want to print that array element, what the elements are passed by that user, and if I want to see all that array element in a sequential order, then I can print that array elements are. Okay, and that elements we can print by, again by using that for loop. I is equal to 0, I less than size, I plus plus, and then I will use that printf statement to print that array element. So here I can write percent d comma arr of I. Okay, this is just little bit the simple code just to store and the print that array element. Now after that I will ask to that user which element has to be searched in that array. So here I can write enter searching element. Searching element. So when the message is observed on that output screen, definitely user will enter that one particular element which that user has to find, and that is going to be stored in a search variable. So definitely I need to declare that search variable first. Okay, then our logic it starts, and that logic is known as a linear search. So let's restart that logic. Here I use that for loop because as we want to compare that search element with the individual value of an array element. So definitely I start with once again I variable. Okay, and here the logic is like this. Now please concentrate here because I will modify this code number of times. So here we will write one command: if array any of that array element that is going to be accessed with that AR of I, if it is equal to search, then I will try to find, or I can write here printf statement. Here I can write /n %d is present in an array, and the %d is nothing but what? It's none other than uh, the searching element, that is nothing but search. Okay, and then if it is present, then definitely why to go forward, I use that break statement. So it will break that for loop. Okay, and then our program will be finished. It's a simple code, but after that I will try to modify this code is there. We try to compile and then run. Just check it. The size of an array, just for your understanding, let me take it. The size is a 5. Now enter 5 elements of an array. Let me type it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And now if I try to put any searching element, suppose I try to put it, it's a 2. See that what it is. 2 is present in an array. But another thing is that once again I try to run. The size is 5. Enter array element again. Let me consider as a same. And if I type it 6 here, then definitely I have not written any code. If that element is not present in an array, so now we have to write the code for it, and the code is like that. Here let I have to use that one counter element, but before that, suppose I want to print the location of an search element. So how I can print it? So here I need to write that I have to modify this printf statement because I want to print its a location also. So here I will try to change this message that %d is present at location %d in an array, and then I will try to write it down. That location will be given by that variable I, and that I can try to write it down. It's an I plus 1. Now just try to see that what happened here. Let me try to compile and then try to run. Suppose I say that its size is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Uh, Searching element. Suppose let me consider as a 3. So what that answer we expect here? I expect that the answer is 3 is present at location third. Now this is the third location. Now that array index is different, that location is a different. I'm going to print that array sorry, location here, not index. If you say that the index of a 3, so definitely it is 2. But if I say that generally the location of a 3, it's nothing but it's a 3 is there. Now see that's what happened here. The 3 is present at location 3 in an array. Okay. Another thing is that if that element is not present in an array, so what I need to use it here. So here let me consider that a one counter variable which is equal to 0 initially, and in place of break I will try to write here count plus plus, because if the searching element is present or occurred in a number of times in an array, then I need to write it here if count is equal to 0. When that count is equal to 0, when that element is not present in an array, that therefore definitely the counter becomes the 0 here. And here I can write /n. Here I can write %d is not present in array, and that %d is nothing but what? The search element. Okay, and else I can write, else means when what? When the count is not equal to 0. If you're having that there's some different value rather than the 0 here, I can try to print here, printer. Here I can write /n %d is %d is present %d times in array, and then here I can write %d is nothing but element, and the time %d times is nothing but the count. Okay, it's clear. Now let me try to compile and then try to run. Now here we are reached to the final output here. Suppose let me type it, it's a 5. Suppose enter elements of an array. Let me type it, it's 1 2 3 4 and 5. Then suppose I need to put the fourth one, then see that what is the output. The 4 is present at location 4, is right, in an array, and 4 is present 1 times in an array. Suppose let me try to compile once again. Once again, I will give that array size is 5. 1 2 2 2 3 5 elements are over, and now I need to serve that 2 elements. So what that message you will observe, just check it here. The 2 is present at location 2. Yes, that is right. Then second one is 2 is present at location 3. This is also right. 2 is present at location 4. This is also right. And now the last message is 2 is present 3 times in an array. Okay. One more case is like that. If that searching element is not present in an array, that case is remain here. Now let me type it 1 2 3 4 5. So definitely, if I try to search the 6th element, then see that 6 is not present in an array. Means now you can cross check any one of that the case, any case with this code. So definitely that code it will be work here. Let me try to revise what actually I have written here. Then you will get these things here. So the first thing, I have taken the size of an array. Second one, storing of that array element. Third one, printing of that array element. Now most important thing is from the searching element. Here I have given that message to that user to enter the search element that is stored in the search. The thing is that if AI of, in a for loop I have written, if ARR of I is equal to search, then definitely I have print that the message %d is present at a location %d for an array. Means that location I have printed in this if statement, and one counter I have used because suppose the searching element is present number of times in an array. So definitely for to count how many times that searching element is present, for that purpose I use that counter. Initially it is assigned to 0, but whenever the searching element it will be found in array, so definitely the counter will be incremented. If counter is still equal to 0, it simply indicates that that element is not present in an array. And if the counter having any number rather than the 0, then definitely that element is present, and that how many times that element is present, that will be printed by this printf statement is there. Okay, so hope that uh, this program should be understood by you. If you have that any doubt, so please write uh, the message on my WhatsApp number or email to me. Okay, so today we will stop here. If you have that any doubt, please don't forget to discuss with me. Okay.